Hey guys, welcome back. So, RT330 is now on the car. It's incredible. However, we have one small little issue. We couldn't find it on the night that I got the turbo installed because it was getting late. I mean, Warren had already done enough on that day. I didn't want him to stay hours and hours and hours just trying to find a tiny issue. That little issue is basically I should be hitting, or the Revo software, let me just explain the whole thing. The Revo software was hitting, I think it's 1.8 bar of boost. I think I was hitting about 1.6 bar, I think. But that basically correlates to me currently boosting at about 21 to 23, 24 PSI when I should be boosting to 26 PSI. So hopefully that kind of covers what is happening, or the basis of this video and what we're going to be doing. So small little issue, I've got three things on my mind. Number one, that Turbosmart dual port. There could be a potential problem. We're going to switch out for a stock one today and just see if I see any difference with the boosting side of things. I don't have a GFB anymore. I sold that on because I went back to my Turbosmart. But it turns out everyone is once again, although they haven't seen my car or the problem that I have, they're all suggesting it's the Turbosmart, so we're going to do the Turbosmart. Secondly, the second thing on my mind is the boost solenoid. Apparently that's quite a common thing to go, especially when you run a bit more boost, and perhaps we just blew the boost solenoid after the first run, because I've done about 2 or 3 runs, probably about 3 or 4 runs actually, of like kind of full power, which we made 319, 320 brake horsepower, which is wicked on Warren's dyno. However, after that we just dropped. We went down to about 310. There was even a 308 at some point, so we lost a lot of power all of a sudden. But it was all like kind of sudden, very, very sudden. Bit weird. So yeah, we might be chasing a problem. I might not even have a problem, but we're pretty sure I do. So boost solenoid, second one. Third one is actuator. That's the one I'm dreading a bit more because it seems like a bit of a bigger job. And if I have to buy an aftermarket actuator, I don't have a clue what spring to get. I don't know how it's going to affect the Revo map, so I have to speak to Revo a lot more. That one's I'm worried about, and I might have to go back to Warren for that one. But I can do the diverter valve, and I might be able to do the boost solenoid by myself. But I'm not in any rush. The car is still amazing to drive. So I'm not in a rush to kind of fix it. If it's just a small boost leak, it's not the end of the world. It's not like my car is dying or anything like that. But anyway, that's how we currently are. Please ignore this. And please ignore this. I don't know why, but the roads are incredibly dirty right now. And this is the finished result of what happens when the roads are these dirty. I'm sure you guys are all struggling as well. But basically I wash my car about 3 times in about a week, and every day it just changes, so I've stopped doing that now. And secondly, I'm on my 3rd full tank of gas in 5 days, just to kind of show you either how much I've been accelerating and enjoying this car, or secondly how bad the fuel is on the RT, or a big turbo I guess in general. But yeah, I know I've been obviously flooring it a lot racing around, so bear that in mind. But yeah, it's expensive. So anyway, I'm letting my car cool off because it's bloody hot. First thing I need to do is probably, this is the resuck valve from the Turbosmart. So what I'm going to do is basically unclip it here, and then probably clip it straight into my pipe down here, and then just see. The only problem is I'm not sure how I'm going to get a reading from my boost gauge unless I attach my boost gauge onto there, because then I can just get rid of my whole resuck line, which I don't need anymore. So yeah, perhaps it's going to be vac line onto there. I'll figure something out. But anyway, that's probably the first thing I'm going to do. Just to explain what I've done so far, I've undone that from the adapter plate, which basically just reads kind of boost from your MAF sensor. I might be wrong in saying that. Your inlet sensor, I don't know what that is. Either way, it's off. And I'm going to remove this. And of course I should have put the clip, that's fine. I need to somehow get that pipe off that T and then put that pipe onto the other pipe here. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but I'm doing it. Okay, so I've taken this silicone pipe off. I've also disconnected the cable where that little black dot is there. So that's going to plug into the original one. Now you can see the Turbosmart a lot clearer there. So it's just where my phone is here. So all I need to do is unremove those 4 bolts, stick the new one in, and apparently I'm pretty much good to go. But you can see this turbo is a lot cleaner to work with, probably because this silicone hose is so easy to get off, and the location of everything's really, really nice. So they've done a good job with that. Okay, I've now removed the recirc line, maybe, whatever it's called, but where my finger is there is the end of it, so that's just on this clip here. That's that line. I just need to pull that up through the bonnet, and I've got one of the bolts out. I just need to get the other 2, but they're the 2 difficult ones. Okay, so I've got the dual port off. So this is the condition of the O-rings, if it will focus. The O-rings don't look that bad. I mean, they're all still intact, they haven't perished, anything like that. See, there is an O-ring up top as well, just under here, which we won't probably be able to get to. But I'll undo it and I'll kind of show you guys what's actually inside. So, this is how you adjust. Obviously, you've got softer and harder. So basically harder means it holds more boost in a way, and recircs more in a way. But if we just undo it, so we've got to be careful because there is a spring inside. That's the spring. There is a bit of corrosion in there actually, as you can see on the end of that spring. I mean, it doesn't look too bad in there. So yeah, not sure. Not sure. I'll put it back together for now just so it doesn't get lost. Just want to do a quick personal shout out to Ben and Jay Mitchell. This is Jay Mitchell's diverter valve from his new engine or something. But it's extremely kind for you to allow me to borrow this to test my car with. So thank you to both of you guys, one for picking them up and one for actually lending me it. Right, so it's all done. Intake's back on. The original stock diverter valve is on. It has been easier to work on, definitely. It's still a bit fiddly, but it's definitely easy to work on. So we're going to take it for a drive now, see if it makes boost. I should be hitting 26 PSI of boost. If I'm not, it could be something else, or the stock valve just isn't strong enough, but we'll see. Revo did suggest that I try the stock valve or a GFB, so I've gone for the stock valve for now to save a little bit of money.
Don't think we've solved the problem, at least not with the stock diverter valve. However, the spool time of the, like a normal recirc rather than a blow off slash recirc, is incredible. So either way, we've now basically decided, or I've decided, that I'm going to get a GFB again for the pure sake that the spool time is basically instant. So when I'm changing gear with the Turbosmart, I would change and it would almost like lag for a second and then pick up again, where obviously you're venting all of that boost out to the atmosphere. With this stock recirc valve, it's actually really cool. So you would accelerate, you would change gear and you'll keep going. So you've got that constant power. Now I hit 25 PSI 2 or 3 times on my test, but then I was noticing that I was kind of down to about 23, 24 PSI again. So although it will peak at 25, or even I think we're actually close to 26 on one of them, it'll actually just peak and then it will kind of drop down and be linear at about 24 psi. Now I don't know if that's correct or not. Hopefully we're going to try the boost solenoid because that's quite easy to get to. So whether we take it off of Ben's car and just try it with my car, or maybe Jay has a boost solenoid that I might be able to borrow. But currently I'm running Jay's stock diverter valve currently, which is very kind of him to lend me that. So yeah, overall the problem I don't think is fixed if there is a problem. But we're going to keep working at it. It was quite a cool night anyway, and it's nice to be able to work on this turbo because it's so easy to get to everything. It's all right in front of you. It's weird how they've designed it because it's made the engine compartment more open down by the turbo, even though it's a bigger turbo. I don't know if that makes sense, but it has. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Sorry this video was a bit kind of iffy, but you know, hey, you can't always have good stuff, right? Remember to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.